Hello y'all, in today's video, so we for sure might have a South Carolina type snowstorm, maybe for the Delmarva and the Northeast, but likely for here, or more likely through here, through this area right here. And apparently we're supposed to stay in a polar vortex with the jet stream really down there. Maybe a chance at another southern snowstorm. Mainly because there is some energy diving south with a jet stream. There's some southern stream energy on the east coast of Florida and on the south coast, or the Gulf Coast of Texas and Louisiana and Mexico. So this system I am keeping an eye on as it goes generally northeast, because it could have a chance at becoming some subtropical. But we do get pretty far cold front. That is a pretty big cold front with a low pressure right here, and then a warm front with another low. And yes, we're going to do a whole walk around of the GFS and the Arrow. So the GFS is showing two areas going towards the Philippines. The western area could get down to 986 millibars and then weaken because of wind shear and plus a cold front. Which also penetrates the system with dry and pretty cold air. Also, here's the Indian Ocean. We do have two areas right here and right here. This area is gonna go like this. And then this area is gonna go like this. As you can see. Maybe can get an upper level induced low that will have a lot of moisture. And we also could get a weak tropical cyclone that could go this way. And then a tropical cyclone that could go like this into Australia. could make landfall as a 968 into northwest Australia. Well, for you southern hemisphere people, that would be south. That'd be more or less southeast. Because you'd flip it and reflect it. Or reflect and then flip. Southwest Pacific do have a system that is supposed to track like this. Could very well become the next tropical cyclone, which, if I'm correct, would be Tropical Cyclone 17. Then we get TC 18, which has been tracking this way or into Australia. But this general area, or this way, is a more likely outcome. This time, though, it does make landfall as a 969 into what you southerners call southwest Australia. But to me, it would be northeast Australia. Now for the Southeast Pacific. I really don't want to check this though, but could have a tropical cyclone that comes into the picture and bombs out. Could get that system to get down all the way to 962 millibars. Or no. 955 millibars. Before it becomes fully non-tropical. Though, when it reaches 955, you can already see feeder bands starting to become a cold front. And it already will have a warm front. So that means it would have a colder front and a cold front. And that tropical cyclone remains could pull up a cold pocket of air. But it won't really do anything because it's away from any islands. And then South Atlantic Ocean, or generally South America region, could see a subtropical storm. And then maybe something through here, according to the Euro. The GFS ain't really showing it, though. Which I can show you all the Euro now. So there's that system that the GFS is showing. The second system, though, is this one is the one that's shown by the Euro. And it is thunderstorm driven, by the way. You can clearly see it is thunderstorm driven. Because there's thunderstorms all through here. So to you southerners, it would be southern side loaded. But to me, it would be northern side loaded. And the Euro is shown to have a upper level high right here, and then a very stretched out upper level low through here. Yeah, right here. Very stretched out upper level low, and then an upper level high. Well, the upper level high actually goes like that. And then the upper level low is like that. And then maybe another upper level high over here. So there is a bit of a weakness through here. To where if we do get something and it goes like this, it could easily get picked up. The GFS doesn't show that though. Here's a GFS. Shows a rather stretched out upper level high, then a very strong upper level low, and then another upper level high right there. HLH. With a bit of a weakness through here. So that means any systems that roll through here will get picked up in this frame. And then to Europe, which I rarely check it, mainly because there's nothing really to look at other than maybe having something like a Metacane making landfall into Greece, I'm pretty sure, or whatever it is, or Turkey, and then having another area that is most likely non-tropical making landfall into Italy and then all these countries. And then having another system make landfall into this country through here. And it's just generally active in the Mediterranean Sea. Mainly because of this northwest flow. That's the flow you want. Maybe west flow generally at the beginning of the model run. And then the Euro shows it getting the same flow but a pretty powerful low making landfall into northern or northwestern Spain, northern Portugal area. Matter of fact, it makes landfall into northern Portugal, which is insane. And look at those snowfall rates, man. And then it finally comes out over the Mediterranean Sea, but very weakened. In the 980s. And then really don't see any other systems like that. Other than maybe a low pressure that goes north towards the UK. And then maybe a system in the Mediterranean Sea I would have to watch. It forms out of like northern Africa and then just goes right into, I'm pretty sure this would be Greece area. Then Turkey, if I'm correct. I'm not sure. I'd have to do research about it, but now let's check the euro on the United States. The euro gets a major wraparound column right there. And then thunderstorms through here. Thunderstorms all through here. And then snow all through here. So I'd say there would be outflow. But I'm not sure. We can check it though. You can see where it definitely has outflow. Where the winds go like this. And yes, it does get a upper level low with it too. I can go to the 500 millibar fort. You can really see the area right there. But now to go to satellite imagery. If I'm correct, it would be 90p that would become TC17, which is this one. You can already see it gets rain band, rain band, rain band, rain band, cluster, cluster. What could be another rain band? Another one. And then for Viz High Res, yeah, low pro, I could barely see it, but I think the low level circulation is somewhere in here. But it could be right here, which the mid level is just to the southwest. We do got this system that has a very tight spinner right there. It goes like this. It is enveloped in upper level low, or a TUT to be exact. A tropical upper level low. And that's why it's dry through here. Through here generally. That's why it's dry. And then when you get closer to the low pressure, that's when it gets moist. Um, and then this one would be Tropical Cyclone 18, likely. Though it is not that organized yet, but it does have a rain band here, a rain band here, then one right here. And you can barely see it, but there is a low level circulation right there. And one all the way up here too. So there has to be a low level circulation somewhere right in this L. These two though are heading generally east, so this one is tracking slowly to the west. But other than that, y'all see you in the next one, and peace out.